Welcome to this Pathfinder 2nd edition build guide. I will be showing you the Ultimate Guardian, a build focused on tanking while doing good damage and punishing enemies that focus on your allies. So the enemies can't simply ignore you. The link for this Path Builder is on the description together with the link for my Patreon. If you want to look at this build in there, I have a detailed description of it. And also many other builds. But let's start here with this one. Minotaur, it's not needed. The race can be whatever you want. I'm just grabbing Minotaur because of the big size, and I think it fits for a Guardian. And for Heritage, Nephilim, so Angelic Minotaur. Background is also not important, just grab something that gives you the stat you want. Ancestry Fit, Nimble Hoof, because I want more speed. Speed's always good. If you're not using a mount, you want to hit the targets. And since heavy armor reduces your speed, it's good to get some extra speed from Ancestry Fits. Stats. It's the basic for someone that only wants strength and constitution, basically. So we are going for strength, constitution, wisdom, and charisma, because I'm investing a level 1 intimidation here. But you don't need to. You could go for int, or even dex, even if it's not that useful for you. But the main things are strength at max and con almost at max at this level. Equipment. So we are using Breaching Pike, which is a one-handed hit weapon. They are not the usual. They have less damage than a normal weapon. With a long sword you would be doing d8. But the hit will help you soon enough, because with your large size, your area of attack is quite big with a hit weapon. For other equipments, you are going for a full plate as soon as I can. You won't be able to buy it at level 1, but at level 2 you can. So I'm already leaving it here. And the best sturdy shield you can get at your level, because you will be using shield block. At this level you only have shield block and your guardian action, which is intercept attack. And I don't like it. It's one of the few things of the Guardian that I don't like, because it's just a champion reaction worse. Made much worse, because you only take the damage for your ally. Okay, you will reduce it a level, because your natural damage reduction. Guardians reduce damage by 1 plus half their level. So you are reducing the damage a little, but not that much. It's very little reduction and you are taking the damage. So the only thing I really think it's good for is if an attack would drop your ally down, you can use intercept attack too, so he can stay standing. But otherwise, I don't think it's a very good ability. But let's keep going. Let's go for level 2. I also forgot to talk about defensive advance. Your class fit at level 1. It's an action compression fit. You are going to raise your shield, stride, and attack. So 3 actions for 2 actions. It's a good fit. With your third action, you can either strike again or taunt. Taunt is good. Another main thing of this class. And this one is good. When you taunt, the enemies will get -1 to attack your allies. And if they insist on attacking your allies, they are flat-footed against you, or off guard, in case it changes determination. After the rework, and I keep using the old one. Okay, level 2 now. Hampering Stance. So every square around you is difficult terrain for your enemies, making it harder for them to move around. It's good, but it will get better. The level 4, as we will see. For free archetypes, we are going for exemplar dedication, and with it, we are grabbing noble branch, so +2 damage to your attacks per dice. So let's put it here. Options. Spirit damage. 2. Okay, 2 spirit damage for attacks, which is a great improvement. 1d6 +4 to 1d6 +6. It may not look that big, but it is around 20%. And for this level, that's it. Let's keep going. Level 3, we are getting Fleet, so even more speed. Tough to kill. It makes you even harder to kill, but it's not your idea to get to 0 hit points and use your dying conditions. Ideally, you will stay standing and not fall, since a fallen guardian is useless. So it's good, but not that good. Let's go for level 4. Level 4, we get 1 extra dice, so let's adjust our damage here. Spirit. 2d6 +8. Not bad. And now we are finally getting not so fast, which is your reactive strike. So if an enemy moves around you, you can strike it. Only when you are on your stance, there is this fact. And you can't strike against manipulate actions like reactive strike, so it's a little worse reactive strike, but you get it. And it also gives some penalties to the enemy movement speed, but they are not that big. So it could stop them from hitting your allies, so it's something. With your free archetype, we are getting Energized Spark, so we can now change the spirit damage to fire. Since many enemies are vulnerable to fire, and it's a free action to change. So you can change to fire, change back to spirit as much as you want. And let's keep going. Level 5, only ratio fits, a bit boosts, it's the basic as I said before. Strength, Constitution, now we have +4, Wisdom and Charisma. Level 6. Taunting Strike. So now you can taunt by striking. So you will use your action compression to advance on the enemy, you raise your shield, advance, strike, and then you do a taunting strike. And even if you miss, you will still be taunting. So it's always useful. Also for your reactions, I've talked a bit about level 7, talk more about it. So Advanced Crowley, Energized Spark again. We are grabbing code now, so we can do spirit, fire, or cold damage, depending on the enemy weaknesses. Level 7. You get a second reaction. So you can now raise your shield on your turn. You will have shield block to use. You can use shield block twice if you want, and if the enemies are focusing you, or you can use your reactive strike twice, or one shield block, one reactive strike. But you can only use this with class reactions. It will be important later. Toughness for even more HP. And also, as I usually say, grab Acrobatics Master at 7 if you're a melee, especially if you're a melee with a very low reflex. Because if you get prone, you want to get up fast. And at level 8, you get keep up if you have master at acrobatics. So free action stand up without provoking reactions is amazing. And here we get one of the coolest feats of the class, even if it's not really good, but it's really cool. I can't not include it in the build. Juggernaut Charge. You strike at the enemy, and if you hit, you can stride again, moving with the enemy, so you can carry the enemy. It's those typical scenes of the character go running at the enemy, grabs it, and keeps carrying it forward with the charge, and it's really cool. You can use it to reposition your enemy, and notice that you don't need to move in a straight line. You can stride, grab the enemy, and move to wherever you want. And so you can drop him off a cliff, if there is a cliff, or throw him in a trap or something like that. It's really cool. So for archetype, we are getting champion. So your charisma is useful now. Having +4 to charisma, you need for champion. And you don't get much for your first, only a skill feat. You grab the Just Cause, so you're a true paladin, and Sanctification for Holy. So it will fit with the image of the build of Angelic's Minotaur. Level 9 Divine Wings, so you can now have the wings, even if only for 10 minutes per day. And let's go for level... Actually, you are finally getting your first rune. So let's grab Thundering. Not many units are resistant to sonic damage, and you already have fire and cold covered by your spirit damage here. And now level 10. So at level 10, you get Tofu Cookie, which is basically 2 actions to get half of your max HP as temporary HP. Which is really good, even if you can do it only once per day, but 90 hit points for 2 actions, it's good. And you're grabbing Champion Reaction, so now you get another good reaction to use, even if you can't use 2 of them, as your extra reaction from level 7 can only be used with class reactions. So you can use 1 Champion Reaction per turn, per hound only. But it's really good reaction. And comparing it to your intercept attack, your intercept attack would reduce the damage by 6. You would take the rest of the damage, and that's it. Your champion reaction will reduce the damage by 12. Your ally will take the rest of the damage, but you can strike at the enemy. So you even get a free strike with it. So it's much better. If you're investing in Intimidation, Bately Cry. As your whole initiative, you can demoralize an enemy for free. And let's keep going. 11, nothing that big, although your armor keeps upgrading, but let's go for 12. And you can see, I said, your armor keeps upgrading with Raise Shield 38 at 12. At level 12, there is a big change in the build. You get Paragon Guard, and that is a stance. So if you are using this stance, you can't use your initial stance. So retrain everything at the start. Not everything, but you can retrain your... Also your first strike, also your first feat is also useless now. Defensive advance, because that new stance gives you raise shield permanently. As long as you are in the stance, your shield is raised. You don't need to worry about it anymore. So defensive advance is useless. You can retrain for something else. If you can grab wherever you want. Look at something useful at the level. You can't grab things of higher levels. Retrain also your Humperling stance, and you're not so fast. So you have 3 feet to retrain. But keep going here. From now on, you will be using this one, and which means you have 1 less reaction. But you have your Paladin reaction now, so you still have 2. So you will be shield blocking attacks against you, and you can use your Guardian reaction against one attack of enemies against your allies. And you can use Intercept if you really need it. For your champion dedication, you are grabbing second icon, and we are finally grabbing Mirrored Ages. So you can start the fights on with your spark on the Mirrored Ages, activate it, get the buff for a full minute to you and your allies close to you. So you are even increase the AC of your allies. And then you will switch it to your weapon and stay with the extra damage, which has increased by this level. So another +2 here. So you are getting +6. And you also get another rune. So let's grab another rune here and let's go for corrosive. So well, not a bad damage, 5d6 plus 13. Some good damage with it. And let's keep going. Also 39 AC. Your AC is very high. Guardian has the highest AC in the game. Okay. This ancestry feat, if you are going for a Minotaur, is quite cool. You can fling your ally. So you will toss your ally at somewhere in the map, and if he ends up, you choose the location. Just need to be in reach 9 feet, 30 feet. And if he ends up close to an enemy, he can strike as a reaction. It's a good feat and a fun one. Let's go for 14. Opening stance. So now you don't need to waste an action getting to your stance. As soon as you start the fight, you can automatically, for a free action, activate your stance. So, action economy. Also, Advanced Glory, Reactive Strike. So you get your Reactive Strike back. So now, even if the opponents don't attack you, you can do something if they are moving around. Or even casting spells. And don't forget you have a hitch, so you get a really big area of coverage with it. But there is one thing, this is not a champion reaction. So you can't use it together with your, not champion, guardian. This is not a guardian reaction, so you can't use it together with your champion reaction. So you have to decide on the turn if you want to use the champion or the reactive, and one will be saved for your shield block or your intercept. So there is another option here. You could, instead of Advanced Glory, no, you can't do that. So forget it. But let's go for 16. Was thinking too much. Clobber. This is amazing. I think it's the best feat of the class, even if it's only at level 16. But 2 actions. You strike. If you hit, you automatically show the target. And automatically leave it prone. So it's a automatic shove and trip. So if you hit Clobber, the enemy will be pushed, will fall to the ground, and on his turn he will have to get up and move back to you. So it takes away 2 actions from the enemy. It's just way too good. One of the best, and even gives 1 extra dice of damage. Not it's that much. You only have d6, but it's 3.5 damage. But it's amazing. So you better be using it every time you can. Unless you want to do some cool moves with your charge from level 8. But let's go for the archetype now. Devote Blessing. So your shield is a bit stronger, and even if you end up without your shield, like your You end up without items. If you get there's a normal shield, it will be much stronger. The blasted shield buffs any shield you use. Or if it's a sturdy shield up to your level, it will get +1 to hardness. And let's keep going. Scared to Death is also a great feat for intimidation. You can just kill it. If you get a critical success on your fear, you kill the enemy if he is lower level than you. There's this fact. It's kind of funny. You scare the enemy so much that he dies. Okay, level 17, Eternal Wings. Now you can have your wings eternally. So, flying speed for you. Level 18. Perfect protection. So, you have a chance, also not a bad chance, of negating criticals. So even when the enemy hits 20 and gets a critical on you, you can roll a flat dice and try to negate it. If I'm not correct, if I'm not remembering wrong, it's 13. No, 14. A flat 14 check to see if you will negate the critical. So, really good. This will give you, what, 35% chance of negating a critical. Devote magic, lay on hands. So you have some healing to use with your focus points, which you won't have one. But it's not a bad healing. 6 per spell level. At this level it's 54. So not big compared to your health. And speaking about your health, Tofu Cookie gets half of it, so it keeps scaling. But it's good, and you can also heal your allies for one action. And if you are healing your allies, it gives you +1. It would be a +2, but your mirrored edges are already giving a +1. So it's only a +1 to status compared to mirrored edges. And level 20. 50 AC. What a beautiful number. Let's also finish giving everything here. So another +2. You have 4 dice now. And you also get more runes. And you can grab the greater versions of the runes. So let's grab Shock. You should also be substituting all the others for greater versions. The greater version don't increase the damage, but makes it ignore resistance, and the critical becomes stronger. So, good one. Look at this damage. Quite good. 7d6 plus 21. Really good damage, especially considering you're a tank. And it's actually 8d6 if you are using your level 16 feat Clobber, which is really good. So let's look at the feats. Undying Force. You can now resist 6 plus half your level of physical damage. So an extra 5 damage reduction. And I forget to talk about it at the start. I should have talked about it at the start. Your damage reduction pairs really well with your shield because of how things are calculated, even if it's not logical, but that's how it's calculated and you will use it. When you take damage, you first up your damage reduction, then you apply your shield reduction when you should block. So you block, you take a damage. Let's suppose you took 50 damage. You will first up your damage reduction, so you take 16 out of it. It's now only 34. Then you up the hardness of your shield. So you only took 14, damage, and your shield only took 14 damage. If this was not the case, if the shield applied first, the shield would take 30 and you would take 14. But that's not the case. So your damage reduction even protects your shield, making you able to use it more before it breaks. And you should never let your shield break. Never use shield block on criticals. And don't let it go below half health. Although this health, I think it's wrong, because I didn't update this to the shield. It's only getting the buff from the Blessed Shield, so it would be even stronger. But as the free archetype, I just grabbed another icon, so you can now heal yourself. Scarf the Survivor. It's an option. You can now, although you probably won't use it much, but you can, after using Clobber, activate the icon of your branch to do some extra damage. I think it's 46. It's just the dice damage of dice damage of your weapon, and it will switch to your Scarf the Survivor. Next turn, you activate Scarf the Survivor to heal, and you get your spark back to your weapon, so you can clobber again with the extra damage from the icon. But that's it for the build. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And taking a look at the links in the description. And I will see you on the next one.